Hello, I'm Domingo Garcia, and I'm the national president of LULAC, the largest Latino organization and the oldest one, 91 years young here. We've seen a lot, but we've never seen anything like this for the first time in our nation's history, and probably since 1918-19 during the Spanish influenza, which killed over 50 million people worldwide. We're expecting that this pandemic might last for another 3 to 6 months and could impact the lives of millions of people here in America. That's why LULAC is standing up and saying we're going to be a voice for every Jose and Maria, as well as every American in this time of crisis, and that the national government in Washington, state and local governments take into consideration the working men and women of America. We are determined to make sure that our voices are heard on critical issues. Let's just start out with healthcare. We have millions of Americans, largest group being Latinos, who are uninsured in the United States. We need to make sure that the coronavirus test is free to everybody, and that preventive as well as regular care is free. And those that have health care, we need to make sure that co-payments are suspended. Many people are being unemployed right now. They're being let go of their jobs, or their hours are being cut back. So we need to make sure that all of them are covered. For example, just here in Texas, we have the largest uninsured population in the country, the majority Latinos. So we need to make sure that when Jose and Maria need care, that they're taken care of. By the way, this is for the best of all of us. Because if we have millions of people who don't get the coronavirus test, who don't get the health care they need, they will spread it, and the problem could become bigger, and we don't need to allow that to happen. A lot of people are losing their jobs right now. There's a lot of fear and panic going on, especially those people in the service industry, the entertainment industry, those folks who are picking the food today, we're going to eat today, and the fields, the farm workers, the truckers who are bringing the food, the stockers at the grocery stores and at the pharmacies, the people that are cleaning the hotel rooms, and the janitorial staff that are building and cleaning all that. A large section of the Latino workforce needs to be taken care of. So any stimulus needs to make sure that sick leave, unemployment benefits include everybody, that we exclude no one this time around. We remember 2008. We bailed out the billionaires. We bailed out the corporations. We bailed out Wall Street, but we didn't bail out Main Street. We didn't help Jose and Maria. We didn't help Billy Bob and Mary Sue. We didn't help LaShawn and Beyonce. We didn't help them. This time, we do need to. So that includes, and LULAC is asking for, a minimum of $2,000 per person for the next 90 days, $500 per child for families, to make sure that people can make their rent, pay their mortgage payments, pay their credit bills while we're in this emergency situation and basically an economic lockdown. That's why LULAC is also asking that the national government and state and local governments stop and suspend all evictions, all rent payments, mortgage payments, and loan payments for student loans for the next 90 days until this emergency passes. We're also asking that all foreclosures of homeowners' properties be suspended for 90 days, and allowing homeowners to be able to recuperate and come back into the jobs programs that may be out there in the future. We're also asking that all loan collections on credit cards and small businesses also be set to the side. We know that those people who have taquerias or bodegas or small construction companies or small boutiques, and this applies to every American, but Latinos especially, that we need to make sure that they're able to continue their business and continue to be one of the backbones of America coming back in terms of its economic growth. Finally, we are concerned about those that have probably been forgotten, those immigrants and refugees whose only crime was seeking the American dream, to seek what the Statue of Liberty has stood for the last years since 1776. And yet, right now, tens of thousands of them are being detained in very gruesome detention centers throughout the American-Mexico border, as well as the centers throughout the United States. These are potential death camps. If the coronavirus gets into one of these detention centers, there could be hundreds of people that could be infected, as well as the guards, the custodial staff, the janitorial staff, and they will spread that along those communities. And we know that in the border towns of Laredo, El Paso, Brownsville, San Diego, and down in Nogales, Arizona, that this could become and have a dreadful impact on the local economies and the local businesses and citizens of those areas. So that's why we're asking today. LULAC is asking that the president immediately initiate programs to allow all nonviolent immigrants in detention to be given a bond, a personal reconnaissance, or a minimal bond, to be given a court date, and to be immediately released before we have tragic consequences that we can foresee in the future. By the way, this would apply also to county and state jails, where nonviolent offenders should be looked at early parole or early release, because again, you are creating potential death traps in these locations unless immediate action is taken. And again, this is not being easy or coddling immigrants or criminals. This is being realistic about, let's make sure that we don't expand the situation, exacerbate the crisis by not taking action now. Finally, this is a moment in American history that will test this generation. But like previous generations before us, I am confident that the American character and what we stand for and what we have fought for will once again prevail. And that's why LULAC will be working with our national, state, and local governments to make sure that our voices are heard and that we have a final victory over this coronavirus flu epidemic. God bless. Hasta la victoria.